Hey, it's John and Mike, brew-dudes.com, and it's Community Brew Wrap-Up Part 2. But it's a Homebrew Exchange number 32 for these brew dudes. This is from one of the guys who contributed to the Community Brew this year. This is a brown ale, and this is from our friend Andy in Arizona. And this is sort of, he took our recipe, he did some alterations to it, but it is in line with the specifications for a British brown ale. So that's Andy. I can talk about it as Mike imbibes here. He called this the Old Dog Casey Brown Ale. So apparently he has a dog and his name's Casey. This was a 5-gallon batch. Talked about batch size before. Batch size. In the fermenter, he says. Oh, good for you. 5-gallon batch in the fermenter. It's an extract and specialty grains brew. He boiled for 60 minutes. The original gravity was 1046. Final gravity 1014 with apparent ABV of 4.2%. His grain bill included 8 ounces of crystal malt at 80 love, 4 ounces of biscuit malt, 4 ounces of chocolate malt, 4 ounces of roasted barley. Okay.
Nice. Color adjustments.
Yeah, put it in there. And 4 pounds of pale malt, Maris Otter pale malt. And then he had also 3 pounds of light dry malt extract. He followed a no sparge procedure. His hop additions were 1 ounce of East Kent Goldings at 60 minutes and 1 ounce of East Kent Goldings at 20 minutes. He only used 1 package of S-04 for his yeast. That's dry yeast. He had one fermentation of 14 days at 67 degrees Fahrenheit, and then he bottled conditioned for a few days, 65 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's what we have here. So it's a nice brown ale. It's in league with the Community Brew.
Yep, absolutely.
So what are your thoughts on this?
My first impressions of the aroma when it was just sitting here, and then when I brought it up to my nose, I get like a distinct, like a Swiss Miss.
Yeah, chocolate
chocolate right off of it. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Swiss Miss.
Yeah, I mean that's really, it's cocoa powder. Really.
Yeah,
it's really great. The aroma is just, you know, there's a little bit of, now it's warming up a little bit more, so there's a little bit of caramel there. So I think the combination of like toast from the chocolate malt and the roasted barley, just that toasty quality with the caramel, gives you that, tricks your brain to thinking that there's cocoa powder there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite pleasant. The flavor holds true. I think it's I think the caramel's a little stronger than the toast and the roast. But it's nice. Yeah, it's good. It's decently
really
balanced.
Good.
I think a little bit more. The hops could kick a little bit more just to balance out the caramel notes, but it's pretty good. Interestingly,
it's nice and clean.
It's very clean. Yeah. And so this is one of the things with S-04, Fermentis S-04, that I've found is that you definitely get this. There's like a mineral quality to this, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the S-04.
Yeah.
There's like a mineraliness to it, which isn't bad. I've always found that when I use S-04 and repitch second and then third generation, some of that minerally like flavors go away.
Go away.
And it becomes a little bit more true to form of what you'd expect to have an English ale yeast. That being said, I use S-04 a lot, just one generation.
Well,
so
you use it in your brown ale.
I use it in my brown ale, and I like this better than my brown ale. So, you know, but I think it's great. I mean, I can't stop smelling it. I mean, I just think that cocoa powder thing is amazing. Is really fun. Great beer. And I like the color. The color is spot on.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the color.
It's got a solid brown color to it.
Yeah, actually, you're right.
You know, it's not there is some red garnets to it, but it is decidedly brown.
I was thinking with the roasted barley, maybe it was going to be a little more of the ruby highlights, but
yeah, no,
it all comes together, bro.
It does. It's like a really dark iced tea color. It's great. I think it's great. It's cool. And, you know, I keep swirling it a little bit, but the foam is persisting, you know, and what foam isn't persisting is probably the quality of my glassware, not a statement about the beer. So, yeah, no, really great beer.
Yeah.
And I like the 1046 OG.
Yeah, exactly.
Very drinkable.
No 1060 plus like I had. That's for sure. But I like the way mine came out. Actually, I entered mine in a homebrew competition. We'll see how that turns out. There's one I was like quickly trying to find, like, by the end of the year, like, who would still have a competition that would be open, like, still accepting entrants.
Yep.
And then, like, you know, basically like who's having a competition in December, and was able to find one. I think it's I don't know if it's being put on by Northern Brewer, but that's where I sent my bottle.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh yeah. It went there. So we'll see how that turns out.
So now your bottle's actually been swept off now to some Anheuser-Busch analysis lab.
Well, that can only be good things. Only good things, right?
Yep. They're just that interested in data, man. They're going to get it any way they can.
Yes, they're stealing my data. They've already been stealing my data. How many things have I bought from Northern Brewer?
You know what the cool thing about this beer is? It is so easy drinking. This is the type of beer that you give to someone who you know that is like, I don't drink dark beers. I don't want to drink dark beers. You give them this, and they go, it smells like cocoa.
Yeah.
And then they sip it, and it's like, oh wow. Because if you were blindfolded, it's so light and crisp. There's still enough of that brown ale character to it, but it's not like super strong.
No,
it's a very drinkable version of a brown ale for sure.
Just ask people that you know. Close your eyes.
Close your eyes.
Then you can trust me.
Trust me.
Okay, you can't trust me, but
yeah.
Close your eyes anyway.
We've been down this road before.
Yes, we. Yeah. All right. I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching this video. If you like it, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel because we do this every week.
Yes.
And we pass on the knowledge. And if you're somebody who also homebrews and you'd like to ship us a beer for us to taste on camera and then post on the internet, drop us a line. We have an email address. It's dudes@brewdudes.com, brew-dudes.com. Sorry. Sorry, that darn domain is still being owned by somebody. Someone asked me if I wanted it, and then they said, like, oh, it's going to be a lot of money. I'm like, don't worry about it. I've been doing this for almost 10 years, over 10 years. Anyway, drop us a line, and then we'll coordinate, because basically I'll just give you my address, and you can ship it to us, and then we'll do one of these things where we can talk about it, and you know, if you're looking for tips, we can give you tips.
And you can send us beers, too, that are less than perfect.
That's right.
As long as you tell us in advance that you think it's less than perfect.
Well, we're like, this is the problem I have.
Exactly,
you know?
right?
Like,
because we've had a few of those, and we've worked through it, and
it's a wonderful thing.
Yep. So, and all those people, they've gone to start professional breweries because of us.
And they're multi-millionaires because...
And we're doing videos.
Hey, we're still here on YouTube. So, thanks for your support. For John and Mike, brew-dudes.com. Brew on.
Cheers.